As someone who lived for more than 6 years in Iran, who is married to an Iranian Canadian, who was once an Iranian by acquired citizenship, I think I have some credentials here to weigh into the debate. The Iranian people are like people anywhere in the world. But I observe that they have a sense of poetry, of grace, of elegance, of a turn of phrase, and of hospitality, which in my travels in the world, and I have lived in 4 countries, lived in them, not visited them, I have lived in 4 countries, and nowhere else is that expression of grace and elegance and hospitality more formally articulated than in Iran. The Iranian people have, in fact, enjoyed democracy for 2 very short years, 1951 to 1953, when Prime Minister Mossadegh was the first democratically elected Prime Minister of Iran, only to be ousted in a coup because of foreign interests in Iran oil. The bill, in essence, asks us to stop talking to the Iranian government, to disengage with them until certain improvements in their behavior can be documented and observed by us. In addition, the sanctions proposed are linked to a catch-all annual report, thereby restricting the government's ability to manage the sanctions regime and engage with Iran. If we're going to level sanctions against Iran because of human rights, what about other countries? Why one particular country? The Magnitsky Act that was recently passed with Senator Ondrzejczyk's wonderful leadership doesn't single out one nation. It singles out individuals from all nations who could fall into that category. So why Iran? Why not Saudi Arabia then? Why not China then? And what about our own history of human rights abuses against Canada's Native and Indigenous peoples? I think also about the 300,000 plus Iranian Canadians who are proud now to call Canada their home. What do they want? And of course, there's no easy answer, because no 2 Iranians who are now Canadians think alike, just as other Canadians. But there is some evidence to show that they would like more engagement rather than less. The Joint Comprehensive Action Treaty between the Permanent 5 of the Security Council, plus Germany and 2 others, and 1 other, has resulted in the Iran nuclear deal. And whether our neighbors to the south are going to be party to this deal or not, other stakeholders, especially the International Atomic Energy Agency, has stated that Iran is following through on its agreements. Engagement leads to conversation, even when you disagree. Engagement may lead to university or cultural exchanges, which often are a soft entry using soft power as a tool for change. So engagement and trade, engagement and culture, and I will say engagement and human rights. I want to quote Senator Coons, who said in committee, "Diplomacy is a strange animal. It is supposed to be there like a steady hand, ready to reach out to the moment when there is an opportunity to dialogue, because dialogue, at the end of the day, will avoid disaster and even wars." For these reasons, and much as I respect and agree with the motivation behind the bill, I will not be supporting this bill. Thank you.